What's up, people? Pizowell here, and today I want to talk to you about 1975's Jaws. Now, this is partially going to be a review of the movie as well as a review of this new 4K UHD release from Universal. And Jaws is a movie that requires no introduction. It's the movie that put Steven Spielberg on the map. It was the very first summer blockbuster, and it made people fear going into the water. I love this movie. I've seen it more times than any other movie in my life. I used to record it whenever it would air on television, and it seemed like Jaws aired on television a lot when I was growing up. And I would watch my little SLP recorded Jaws tape time and time and time again. Jaws perfectly tapped into the primordial fear of being eaten alive by an animal, but took that fear to another level, or in this case, all new depths. If you've ever been in the ocean with just your head and shoulders above the water, you can't tell me that at one point in the back of your mind, you didn't hear that John Williams score echoing, reminding you that you have no idea what's lurking down there in the deep. Jaws is a great film. It's a horror movie, it's a creature feature, it's nature running amok, it's an adventure, it's dramatic, it's comedic. Jaws does it all, and does it all very, very well. Jaws is kind of a miracle movie because the making of the film was a mess. The movie went over budget, it went over schedule, the studio wanted Spielberg fired, they were writing the script as they went, the townsfolk where they shot the film hated it, and the shark never worked. Watching this movie now, I can see how it was all Frankensteined together in the editing room. There's a reason why the film's editor, Verna Fields, has a building named after her on the Universal lot. Even though Steven Spielberg directed Jaws, Verna Fields made Jaws in the editing room, turning a disaster into a blockbuster. Now, I can't say enough good things about this movie. I love the cast, Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw, and oh, what a performance by Robert Shaw. The music by John Williams is absolutely legendary. Everybody knows the Jaws theme, whether they've seen the movie or not, and who hasn't seen this movie. The fact that the mechanical shark never worked was actually a blessing in disguise. Using Williams' score to represent the shark in its absence was genius. The third act of the film is so intense and harrowing, and the finale, as ridiculous as it is, just works. Every time I see that shark explode at the end of Jaws, it just puts a smile on my face. I really can't recommend Jaws enough. This is a very, very special movie for me. I've loved it since I was a little kid. It's the movie that ignited my fascination with sharks. I've seen it countless times, and it never gets old. Jaws is a true classic in my book. If you've never seen Jaws, go and correct that error immediately. This release was an instant pre-order for me the moment it was listed on Amazon. I've seen Jaws, I don't know how many times. I've seen it on my recorded off of television in SLP mode VHS tape, to the official VHS release, to the DVD release, to the Blu-ray release. But watching the film on 4K UHD, and I know this is going to sound like a complete cliche, but it's absolutely true. Watching Jaws in 4K was like watching the film for the very first time. As far as the picture quality and sound quality on this release, I'm going to give them both a perfect score. 5 out of 5 for both the picture quality and the sound quality. The picture quality is crisp, it's clean without removing any of the film grain, the colors, the depth, everything just looks absolutely fantastic, particularly in the third act when we get the sequences involving sunset over the ocean. Sunset over the ocean has never looked so good as it does on this release. The sound quality is also top-notch. The picture quality and the sound quality on this release are both amazing. As far as presentation is concerned, we have a nice lenticular cover. Very nice. I do like this image of the Jaws logo inside Jaws' mouth. I think that's pretty cool. Here is the back of the release with all of the credits, the specs, the bonus features. etc., etc. And this card comes off. And on the back of the release, we have Chrissy there, swimming, unaware of the fact that her demise is just beneath the surface. It is as if God created the devil and gave him jaws. The slipcase is definitely not the sturdiest that I've ever seen. It's very thin. It feels, honestly, kind of fragile. But, again, that lenticular, always love the lenticular. Here is the case, and it sports the same artwork on the sleeve. Back of the case, again, features all of the specs, the bonus features, the credits, etc. On this side, we have the standard Blu-ray. And on the opposite, we have the 4K UHD disc. And this release comes with a really nice, fairly thick, full-color booklet all about Jaws. Overall, a very nice, very handsome 4K UHD release for Jaws. As far as extras are concerned, there's nothing in the way of new extras on this release, but the extras that have been ported over onto it from previous releases are all really solid. First up, we have the making of Jaws. It's 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 48 seconds. It's an excellent making of documentary featuring interviews with Steven Spielberg, Carl Gottlieb, Richard Zanuck, David Brown, Peter Benchley, Ron and Valerie Taylor, and more. Next up, we have The Shark is Still Working, the impact and legacy of Jaws. It's 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 6 seconds in length. It's a documentary chronicling the many issues production had with Bruce, the mechanical shark, in Jaws. It includes interviews with Richard Dreyfuss, Steven Spielberg, Peter Benchley, Bill Butler, Richard Zanuck, Joe Alves, Roy Arbogast, Lorraine Gary, Roy Scheider, and many more. We also get Jaws the Restoration, which is 8 minutes and 29 seconds in length. We get 13 minutes and 33 seconds of deleted scenes and outtakes. We get 8 minutes and 46 seconds of behind the scenes footage from the set of Jaws, and we get the theatrical trailer. We also get a digital code for this film, and if you would like to win the digital code, leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know what your favorite Steven Spielberg film is. This is an excellent release for Jaws from Universal. If you're a fan of this movie, it's a no-brainer. This is the release that should be in your collection. Sell the DVDs, sell the Blu-rays, make room for the 4K UHD of Jaws. It is absolutely worth every penny. If you picked up this 4K UHD release of Jaws, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. A big thank you to all my awesome Patreon supporters. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and join me for monthly live streams and have a say in what movies I review on my channel. Patreon.com/pizowell or follow the link in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.